Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Canada. Gareth Wheeler here, presenter for One Soccer. I really hope you enjoyed our One Soccer hangout yesterday on Tuesday. We chatted all things Canadian men's national team coming off the 2021 Gold Cup draw. Of course, every match will be played on One Soccer, and we're thrilled. We're looking forward to it already. We had a great chat just in general about the team ahead of really it's going to be a crazy 2021 with World Cup qualifiers, with the Gold Cup, Olympic qualifiers, and potentially the under 23 group playing at the Summer Olympic Games. If you want to catch the entire episode, just click on the link or go to our YouTube channel and make sure that you subscribe. I wanted to take a couple moments this morning and give you a quick update. It's just such an exciting time for our national team, and I want to be able to keep you up to speed as much as possible. I think that, there hasn't been a time this encouraging in Canadian men's soccer for, I don't know, not in my lifetime at least. And I want to just keep the discussion, the momentum building here. And really, I think you've been underserved as Canadian soccer fans for a long time, and things have been generally underreported. So I'm just going to try to bring you as much as I know so we can keep you in the loop and we can pull back that curtain just a little bit more. So here's the update. On yesterday's episode, I spoke about possible recruitment into the Canadian men's national team program and bringing players who are eligible to play for Canada as well as other countries on board and have them choose Canada as the country that they want to represent. Now, I brought about 5 specific names who I thought that Canada should, maybe already have, or could or would pursue ahead of the upcoming camps, whatever they are, whether it's this fall, whether it's in January, or even later than that, obviously COVID depending. And clearly John Herdman and company are looking to add quality into the team and really add some depth. Not only for now, because next year is going to be nuts and you're not going to know which players are going to be available based upon club commitments, what clubs will let their players go, which ones will not. You simply need depth. You need options, not only for next year, but as we build towards 2026 as well. So considering the important World Cup qualifying games and the Gold Cup and stuff, I just threw out a few names who I think should have been right near the top of John Herdman's list. So it's all hands on deck, and I can confirm you can expect some new faces at a Canadian men's national team camp in the not so distant future. So let's go through some of the names I mentioned and what I was told about their commitments to Canada. I have some intel on a couple other players as well, outside of the 5 names that I listed, as I spoke with Canadian men's national team head coach John Herdman last night. So here's what's happening. Let's start with 18-year-old striker Theo Corbeanu. He's hit the ground running with Wolves under 23 team this season. He's scored a couple goals already. He's an absolute beast up top. And it's good news for Canada that Corbeanu has already filed his papers and he's changing his association from Romania to Canada so he can represent the Canadian men's national team. He's expected to join Canada at the next European camp, whenever that is, which is really exciting news. He played for Romania at the under-17 level, but he's originally from Burlington, Ontario. So, like I said, he's a big boy up top. He's already 6'2", 6'3". At 18, he's got a big body. So it's great news. Another young attacking option coming into the program. So Corbeanu is committed to coming to camp, and so is 20-year-old attacking midfielder Dominik Yankov. He plays for Ludogorets, the top team in Bulgaria. They've actually won the Bulgarian top division 9 straight seasons. And Yankov himself, as a young player, coming back off being on loan, has really emerged as an exciting attacking player. He's even played in European Champions League qualifying this campaign. He plays more of a number 10 role. So like Corbeanu, who's still young, can feature in the Olympic qualifiers as an under 23 player and can emerge as a player obviously competing for a spot with the senior men's national team right away. Just all depends when he joins, obviously. COVID related, perhaps we'll see him in camp in January. He's played for under 21 for Bulgaria as well. So it's another exciting addition, having him choose Canada and bringing in a player who had options. Another player playing abroad is also committed to coming to Canada camp. 23-year-old center back Martin Amuz. He's a Uruguayan Canadian. He's a ball-playing center back, and he plays in Uruguay's top division. He's good on the ball, he's aggressive, and brings a different profile of center back into the mix. That South American type center back feel, and we're expecting him to join up with the Canadian camp as well. So another player to look out for in the near future. All right, on to Toronto FC's Akinola. There's been plenty of discussion on this. Herdman tells me there's been positive conversations between the Canada camp and Akinola's camp, and there are positive signs that he will in fact join up with Canada. Now, right now, it's still at the hope stage. Nothing's in cement. At least that's what I'm understanding, but there have been conversations, and Akinola has been asked to join up with the Canadian men's national team for games previous to this. So Herdman has had a long-standing interest in the player. There's been dialogue, there's been relationship built over the last couple of years, and it seems like Akinola is interested in representing Canada above the United States, which is awesome. The time just simply wasn't right before for him to join up, but now presents a much different opportunity. He's healthy, he's playing in the team, a better opportunity. So Canada, I can say, is very optimistic on Akinola committing to the Canadian men's national team. There also are ongoing discussions and conversations with a center back named Ricardo Ferreira. Many of you are probably familiar with Ricardo. Ferreira's from Mississauga, and I believe played within the Toronto FC Academy as a young child before moving on to Porto and AC Milan as a young player. He represented Portugal through his entire youth career and even picked up a cap in a friendly against the United States. I believe that was a couple of years ago. But he suffered back-to-back serious knee injuries in recent years, and right now is focused on getting back to playing at full health and providing some stability over the course of this season and proving that he can still be an option for Portugal at the international level. That is his preference. He's still harboring hope. He's still holding on to hope that he gets a recall back into the Portuguese men's national team. Now, because he hasn't played a game for Portugal in a European qualifier, a World Cup qualifier, or anything like that, just a friendly, he can change which country he represents. And what I'm told is, again, his preference is to live out that dream of playing for Portugal, and really, who can blame him? But it's really up in the air whether he, at this point of his career, has what it takes to crack what is a very competitive group. Portugal, one of the best footballing nations in the world. Before his injury, he played for Braga. Now he's back healthy, playing for Belenenses in the top flight of Portuguese football. He's turning 28 in November. Like, that's the thing. Like, he's a player in his prime. So let's see what happens. I think we'll know more about his international status come the springtime, after he plays the season, proves he can be fit. Maybe he has a better gauge on whether, he's turned heads and whether there is a future within the Portuguese side. He has not closed the door on Canada. I can't say that. But Portugal is a preference. Whether it's realistic, I just don't know at this point. I think he's being very ambitious, but if not, he could step right in and be a big part of this Canadian men's national team who needs those experience, those very good center backs, especially in that age. I mean, he's going into his prime, or is in his prime. So it's certainly a situation to watch, as he could step right in and be an important player for Canada. Things look a little bit more bleak when it comes to Omar Marmoush. He plays for Wolfsburg. Very good player. Herdman has been in conversation with the player, but for now, Marmoush is committed to playing with Egypt at the Olympics. He's under 23 eligible. He helped Egypt qualify for the Olympics, as the African nations qualifiers have already played out. And obviously, he wants to see that journey through. He's keen on seeing it through with Egypt. After that, I understand that he'll see if Egypt wants him to play for the national team or not. I suspect they will want him to play because he is that good. Another player who plays up top. And Egypt is the country that he wants to play for. He has the closest connection to Egypt, just from a personal level as well. But if an opportunity doesn't come about with Egypt, then playing for Canada still remains a possibility. It's just right now, my understanding, it would be a second choice. So file this away in the not very likely category. It would take a dramatic about turn to see Marmoush approach things in a different way. And finally, it's a definite no thank you, but thanks. Giving by Ferdi Kadioglu, who is a very good player, again, for Fenerbahce in Turkey. He did speak with John Herdman. He and his representatives did take time to speak with John Herdman, but he has no real connection with Canada. I believe his mother is originally Canadian, but his closest ties are to Holland, the Netherlands, and in Turkey. And those are his preferences. And he's at that level where he's good enough to probably play in either country's team. And those are his two preferences. And they'll choose between playing for Holland and Turkey at the international level. So no dice there, but a couple players that can really bring some excitement to the Canadian men's national team program. So that's your update. Like I said, I'll keep you up to speed with news, notes. I'll, of course, give you my opinion. That's kind of what I do. As we move towards a pivotal 2021, a reminder, One Soccer, your home for every Canadian women's and men's national team game, World Cup qualifiers, Olympic qualifiers, the Canadian Premier League, the Canadian Championship. We're going to see Forge and Toronto FC coming up. So plenty down the pipeline. I'm just having to be patient, just like you out there, as we still deal with all the wide, spanning ramifications due to COVID-19. And of course, we're the home of your Gold Cup in 2021 as well. Our next hangout's coming up on Thursday. Join us for that. Look out for that, as we're bringing you Canadian soccer talk on a regular on One Soccer, whether it's our over-the-air platform, whether it's our website, check it out, news.onesoccer.ca, or on our YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, spread the word. Thanks, folks. Have a great day, and keep the Canadian soccer talk going.